back in the 20s, moonshine was big, and that's where Lake Oconee today in Reynolds is. That's where a lot of the moonshine was made. Well, Sheriff Hixon was sheriff of Greene County. He lived behind Holcomb's Barbecue down here, and he had a liquor still in his front yard. And he would blow it when it was lunchtime in the evening. Well, as they brought in L.L. White, a revenue agent, to clean up the moonshine. And White started hitting the stills, and it beat Sheriff Hixon. He got beat. So the gentleman that beat him was the next sheriff, and he worked with White, but he made a mistake. He went up to Rutledge one evening and shot a woman drunk at the depot. So everybody went to L.L. White. He was elected sheriff of Greene County in 1940. But he came here to clean up the moonshine, and he did. And White was a famous sheriff. He killed 9 men while he was sheriff. He was tough. He was a good sheriff. He had more. He and Herbert J. Edgar Hoover knew more about what was going on than anybody. White in Greene County and J. Edgar over the country. They had the pimps. They had them that, and he ran it. If you disagreed with him, you didn't last long here. But he was he was the last sheriff in Georgia on the fee system. He got 1/3 of every fines. Well, he worked it, but he was all right. He was tough. State sheriff 36 years. I think that record's been broken lately, but he was proud of that record at the time, 36 years as sheriff. Yeah, he was tough. Well, they had a bank robbery down in Rennes, Georgia, about 75 miles from here, and the 2 bank robbers took 2 lady hostages, and they got off I-20 at Siloam and went to Union Point, and they were heading towards Greensboro, and White had a roadblock put up down at the foot of the hill, and I was down there that afternoon, and he walked up to the guy he says, "We've caught you now," and the guy hesitated, and White just blew his head off, and that made him in 1975 the Peace Officer of the Year. And the 2 women in the back seat crying, tellers, got out unharmed.